Alisha. Hi YouTube, it's Alisha. I hope I'm in shot. I just want to get on here and kind of do a life update because life has sure thrown us some curveballs lately, and I know a lot of people follow me on Instagram and Facebook and things like that, and I'm really curious of what's going on. And I've been getting a lot of sweet messages, and all the comments and all the encouragement and prayers have been really appreciated. But I'll just, you guys know I've had kind of a tough year. Well, we all have had a tough year, especially Zoe. You know, she's had numerous ER visits for some breathing problems, staph infection, which was MRSA, surgery, things like that. So I'm just going to go over what's happened this last few weeks. And I'm going to first say that, you know, it's been a real struggle for myself, because when things start happening to you over, you know, a short period of time and it's serious stuff, you start asking why. Why is this happening? Can't we catch a break? And I find myself feeling sorry for myself and sorry for my children, but I thank God that we are healthy and we're alive. So I know this is like really deep and serious, but it is what it is. First, it started off over Halloween weekend. We went to Georgia for an air show with Zach. While we were in Georgia, Zoe got really sick. All the kids were sick, but Zoe was sick. And when Zoe gets sick, she gets shortness of breath. So when we were all sleeping, it was bedtime, we were all sleeping, and I started noticing her breathing was getting heavier and faster. You'll see in my vlog if you watch my last vlog, daily vlog. So she starts breathing really fast and she can't like catch her breath, and it's really scary to see. She didn't sleep at all, and of course I didn't sleep at all. I told myself I was going to stay awake all night long to make sure she was breathing. It was really, really scary. As soon as I could, which was about 5 in the morning, I got Sawyer. I told Zach I was leaving. We were at the hotel. So Zach and Wyatt stayed at the hotel sleeping. Well, Wyatt was sleeping, Zach stayed with him. And Sawyer, Zoe, and I rushed to the ER. And luckily the ER was only 10 minutes from the hotel. They kind of rushed her back and instantly gave her a steroid and started her breathing treatment. She was not in a good shape. She got a chest x-ray and turned out she had pneumonia. This is her second time getting pneumonia, and it was just like the other time too. So as soon as she got her breathing treatments and her steroid, she was fine. She was great. She was back to her normal self, and we were sent on our way. So that happened. We get back from Georgia November 3rd, Tuesday, so about a week ago, my birthday, my 29th birthday. We were driving home from a really fun night with the Blue Angels. We went to like a bowling family night, and we were on our way home. I was driving, Zach was in the passenger, and the 3 kids were in the back. We were on Highway 98, and on this highway there's a lot of like intersections and lights. So I had a green light. It's dark. I had a green light, and I was starting to go into the intersection, and all of a sudden this truck pulled out right in front of me. I slammed on my brakes and laid on my horn, but it was just, we knew we were gonna hit him. I T-boned him on the back side of his truck. What happened is he just failed to yield to traffic. He's supposed to yield to oncoming traffic to go the other direction, like across the intersection and head down his way, but he failed to yield and he cut me off. And it was a pretty severe accident. Our car is totaled, so I am currently in a rental car. And I should say first that everybody is fine. Nobody got hurt except Zach and I, and the injuries are nothing. I have whiplash and a little bit of back problems that I'm going to start going to a physical therapist next week. And Zach is feeling the same way, some back problems. But the kids walked away just fine. So I am so thankful for that. That my Subaru, I drove a Subaru Tribeca, and it saved our lives. So we are fine. The older gentleman that cut us off is fine, and it was a complete accident, and he was wonderful because he said it was his fault. So with that said, the last week we've been dealing with a lot of stress that comes along with getting in a car accident, and the anxiety it comes along with it. Like I said, my car is totaled, it's gone. Insurance, we've been dealing with insurance and trying to get a new car. What else? Then 2 days after that, so November 5th, Thursday, I was off to my doctor's appointment for my back, and my kids stayed at my friend Katie's house. And on my way back from the doctor's appointment, I was pulling actually into Katie's neighborhood to pick up the kids, and Katie called me in a panic and said, "Zoe's having an allergic reaction. You need to get here." So 2 minutes later, I pulled up and I saw Zoe's face. Her left eye was completely swollen. I mean, huge, and it was shut. Her right eye was doing the same, and she had tons of hives all around her eyes, and of course she was crying and she was starting to cough. So Katie and I gave her Benadryl on the spot, and I said, "Katie, I gotta bring her." And Katie knew, Katie has children, so Katie took Sawyer and Wyatt, and I rushed Zoe to the urgent care clinic on base because that was only about 5 minutes away. So we get her there. Again, they rush her back, and she was having an anaphylactic allergic reaction. I'm going to try to stay tough because it was hard. It was really hard to watch. So they hooked her up to the monitor, had her on a heart rate monitor and oxygen, and they instantly gave her a steroid, and then they gave her the EpiPen in her leg. I'm trying not to do this because Wyatt's sitting on the couch over there. And then the urgent care clinic told me how severe the situation was, and that an ambulance was on their way to rush her to the children's emergency room at the bigger hospital. While we were there at the UCC, the EpiPen stopped the reaction, but she was still, if you guys don't know, the EpiPen is only like a temporary fix. It stops the reaction from occurring because of her allergic reaction was so severe. It was causing her her throat and her airway to tighten up, to swell up, just like her face was. So we had to stop that from happening, obviously. I was considering showing you guys the picture of her, but it's really hard to see. I don't even like looking at the picture. She doesn't even look like herself. Her face was so swollen, she doesn't even look like Zoe. I need to get it together. So we went to the emergency room. Funny thing is the ambulance that came and picked us up, the two EMTs that came to the hospital to pick us up, were the same EMS that showed up to our car accident. So it's just weird coincidence. So we ended up at the emergency room. She ended up becoming stable. We're unsure of what caused the reaction. She didn't eat anything new at Katie's. She's been around dogs before. We think possibly it is Germex, you know, the brand Germex hand sanitizer. She rubbed it on her hands, and then I guess she rubbed it on her face, and then like right after she rubbed it on her face is when it started happening. But we're unsure because that information is coming from 5 and 6 year old kids. So we don't know exactly what happened. My friend Katie, she feels awful, and she shouldn't. Of course, just because Zoe was in her care, she feels like it was her fault, but it's not Katie's fault. Katie's a wonderful friend and a wonderful person. So I do not blame Katie. I love Katie. So Katie, if you're watching this, I love you. So Zach ended up coming to the hospital with the boys, and we continued her on some allergy medication, the steroid, and she was admitted that night for just to monitor her. Zach ended up staying the night because I have to stay with Sawyer with breastfeeding. So Zach and Zoe stayed at the hospital. They did that because when you have an allergic reaction like that, there's a big possibility that it could reoccur about 12 hours later. So they wanted to keep her past that 12-hour mark. So that was just, I don't know, 5 days ago. I don't even know what day it is. It was almost a week ago. So life has been really crazy. She now is on allergy medicine, a daily allergy medication, and then she also has EpiPen. We have 2 EpiPens at home, and I carry an EpiPen with me wherever we go. And it's just really scary, and I know anybody that has been through it knows how scary it can be. But she's doing fantastic now. She's in good spirits. Her swelling is gone, and she's back to normal. And all of my kids are safe and healthy, and I thank God for that. So I'm fine, you guys. It's just when I talk about these things that have been happening, I get emotional because they're hard to deal with. But I'm doing okay, and I'm so glad Zach is here with me, because it would be really hard to do it all on my own. He'll be home now. The Blue Angel show season is over, and we get a little bit of a break before it starts up again. So you'll be seeing Zach a lot more, and it's only going to get better from here. Zach and I are traveling Saturday to Georgia again to hopefully buy another Subaru Tribeca. They're really hard to find in this area that we're at. But we found another car, and hopefully we can get that Saturday. And my mother-in-law and father-in-law are coming tomorrow night, so they'll be staying with the kids Saturday, and then they'll be staying with us for a week, and we can't wait. I can't wait. You guys know how close I am to my mother-in-law, Barb. You guys have seen her many times in my videos. It's Zach's mother and stepfather, so we can't wait to have them. The kids are so excited to have their Nana and Papa here. And yeah, so I just want to do a quick update. I'm going to make this short But I love you all, and I really appreciate all the kind words and thoughts and prayers, and we're doing good now. It's been a rough few weeks, a scary few weeks, but everybody's good. Zoe's healthy, the boys are healthy, Zach and I are great, so love you, bye.